Alright, Michael, we're finally getting your video together on your car. I'm going to give you a little video tour of the bottom and the engine compartment. I hope you enjoy it. And okay, today we're going to go over our 67 T-Bird that we've been working on for a while. And we're going to talk about a little bit what we've done and give you a video tour of the bottom and the motor. So here we go. We've sandblasted, epoxy primed and painted the frame and all the suspension pieces. All new control arm bushings, all new tie rod ends. Basically the whole suspension's been rebuilt. New brakes. The motor and everything was pulled out and repainted, rebuilt. The transmission's been rebuilt. We've got new headers, new exhaust. Alright, we put new headers on, ran new exhaust. Up here you can see where we replaced the rusty floorboard. Up in that area there. Rebuilt the drive shaft, all new U-joints. New exhaust, new mufflers. The tailpipes we took off the donor car. The rear end's been sandblasted and painted. All the rear control arms sandblasted, painted, rebuilt with new bushings, new shocks. The fuel tank came out of the donor car. Someone had replaced it a few years ago, but it was obviously not as old as what we took out, and yours was pretty rusty. New brake lines. All the brake lines are new. They're all stainless steel. There's the U-joint on the drive shaft. There's the trunk floor plan. It was stripped, undercoated. There's the parking brake cable there. All of that mechanism was rebuilt, sandblasted. It was froze up. It didn't even work. It was so rusty. There's the new brakes, rotors and calipers. There's inside the fender wells. All that's been sandblasted, epoxy primed, painted. Inside of the fender wells has undercoating. Here's inside the rear brakes. Replaced the brake shoes, all the springs and hardware, new wheel cylinders. So everything on your brakes will be new. There's your Monroe Sensatrack shocks. On our front brakes, like I said, we replaced the calipers. All of the new brake lines are all stainless. And then we got new brake hoses all new brake hoses. Upper control arms, new ball joints and everything have been replaced in the control arms. Alright, here we go. We're going to take a look at the front of the car and the engine and the work we've done here. We've sandblasted all the core support, made repairs, inner fender wells, rebuilt the motor and all. Here's the new AC compressor, the new lines. Here's the old vacuum canister, it's been sandblasted and repainted. And obviously the engine is not the original color, we went with the black and gray. New master cylinder, brake booster. See down in the suspension components, everything's been painted. New plug wires, distributor cap. There's the fan shroud, the corners were broke out of, all that's been repaired, everything's been redone on it. New battery with battery box. All the wiring's been repaired and recovered. There's the firewall. If you remember, all of that was where the factory AC went, was a big old spot of rust. So all that's been smoothed and retrofitted with a modern vintage air style system. New bulkhead. Alright, I took the air cleaner off so we can get a better look at the top of the motor. New Edelbrock carburetor with electric choke. Got a new Excel coil over there. Everything's looking really nice. Alright, you want to hear this thing run? Let's fire it up and see if it actually runs. Get that camera around back so you can hear that exhaust. Sounds like horsepower.